said what? All right. Yeah, it's on there.
All
All
right.
right. I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick.
I'm gonna test this out right quick, Quinn, and tell me if you can hear it. Hold on. Can you hear that?
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's shit. That's the Lou Perch project.
All raw in the sea, searching for a hook. It's brought to y'all, calling peeps, urging for the good schnitzel. F.I.L.A homemade fries with the duck fat. He get fired.
What it sound good coming through? Man, thank you, bro.
Not quite yet. I'm trying to get started here. Second. Oh,
Hold on. Be right back.
all right.
Yes, indeed. Make sure all my ringers are off.
This is gonna be something else.
What is happening over there, Quinn? What the heck is happening? I want to laugh. We can't get at the Super Bowl with you.
All right. Another episode of Just Student Podcast, representing now on A. I am Country Red. Q. Okay, gotta keep busy, man. We got
Hey, my bad. I'm on location. What's up? I'm gonna give it y'all. Hold up.
We said we live, man. What we doing here? We gotta look professional.
Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, I'm on location. Hold up.
Hey, so we have a special co-host, Cynthia Soto. We're gonna wait for DJ Quinn to get acquainted here and acclimated. We have a special guest in the building.
Super Bowl Sunday, baby.
I already know. We have a special guest tonight. Go ahead and introduce who you are, sir. Tell the people who you are.
I go by Emmy, formerly known as Mr. Burns, a.k.a. Earl Hazzard. I also go by L.A. Gante, a lot of other names, but I am Emmy. Tulsa, Oklahoma, by way to Tallulah, Louisiana.
Okay. How did you get started with your rap career down here?
Oh man, when I moved here in 2002, and it started out, I was just battling cats, going from like project to projects, and like battling the best cats in every project, basically risking my life, and ended up staying in these projects called Normandy, man, and I used to hoop with these cats, man. My guy Matt Leon and Miles, man, they used to hoop with us, and B City, and my guy Ronald. And Matt heard me freestyling, man. He was like, yo, I got a studio, man. Come check it out. And him and Miles invited me up, man, and I spit for him. And before that though, I linked in with Stacker Grip, man. If you remember them.
I remember Stacker Grip.
Yeah, I linked up with Stacker Grip. That was the first studio I recorded at. Thanks to my guy Macason, man, for BMO. And then I started started messing with the label, man. We broke off of BMO, became the label ENT, and it just ascended from there, really.
Cynthia, did you have a question, Cynthia?
I know earlier we were just talking about, your acronym, ME, the ME. So
yeah.
And I was trying to I wanted to know more, but I was trying to wait for it. So tell me more about that. I'm interested in like the acronym. I think it's pretty dope. Like me represents me, it says me, all of that.
Yes, ma'am. Exactly.
So, but you said it was something dope to it, so I want to know more about that.
Yes, ma'am. I chose the name ME. It's old moniker I just started using. For me, it means mind elevation, because when I was going by Mr. Burns, a.k.a. Earl Hazzard, I kind of like rub people the wrong way just for my standpoint on life and righteousness. I'm a revolutionary, you know what I mean? I'm one of them artists that they try to shut up, so I kind of rub people the wrong way. I had to rebrand, and so I rebranded myself with ME, which means mind elevation. Some people say it means Mr. Burns and Earl Hazzard, which is that too. You know what I mean? But it's whatever meaning that you have for yourself, because you can listen to artists and they inspire you with certain songs and certain type of music. You know what I mean? You might share that same story with that person, and you might have the same life as that person. And you feel like, dang, this person is they speaking to me through this music. You know what I mean? So when you're hearing me, you're gonna hear yourself. So ME is basically any acronym that you wanted to be that's meaningful and impactful to your life. But ME for me, it stands for mind elevation.
It sounds to me like, just hearing your story and you describing like your why behind, the meaning behind it, sounds to me like me is like your healed name. And so I'm definitely like feeling.
Yes.
I think it's pretty dope. So that's what's up. I just wanted to.
Yes, ma'am. And you hit right on the button too. You did.
I feel just from your little bit of story, I can feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like I got it. Like that's his heel name. Okay.
Yes,
I think it's dope when I come across other people who are on that journey of healing. It's definitely a lot of inward work that has to be done that you can't even explain to others on the outside. And so, just even like I said, a little bit of your, just like, hey, what's up? Hey, I'm on that journey too. So stay on it.
Ma'am.
That's what's up. So,
Yeah, and because I had recently been through some life-changing things in the past couple of years. I had recovered from a violent attack that almost took my life from my own brother. And I took a 2x4 to the face twice. After that, I don't know how many times more, but I know my whole left side of my body was beaten real bad. After that, I had trust issues. I was always like enraged, always snapping on things, snapping on people. The smallest thing could tick me off, and I just had to really recollect. You know what I mean? And I had to take accountability for what I was causing. The negativity I was causing on people. And it's a good thing though, because my kids, it's a thing I needed for me and my kids and my wife.
Yes,
Like
yes.
I had to elevate myself. I had to
Mm,
elevate my mind. I had to really realize who I
yes,
was that I was ignoring, or even if I knew, okay, this is me, I wasn't taking accountability for it. I was always finding excuses.
yep. I'm
Right.
with that. I often say like, I just really believe that. I believe that, hurting people hurt people. I believe that's very true. And I always say this, people, like I say it all the time because I believe it. Like hurting people hurt people. But if that's true, then I believe that healing people heal people. And that's how we heal our generations. Like you mentioned your children and your wife. Like you heal yourself, you heal those around you, and you begin to break those curses. Now you handed something different over to your children. And the legacy that you leave would be a healed legacy and not, those hurts. But you grew from it. And a lot of people don't get there, or on their own time they will, but some people, they it's like again, that accountability piece is a tough one. But once you get there and you continue to practice that, it definitely leaves you in a space like you said, and I think that's going to represent hopefully like even as you go forward and things that you're touching now, that things that you begin to touch through music, through the projects that you're working on, they begin to heal things. You're doing it with a healed space. And so definitely like your vibe is good. That's what's up.
Yes, ma'am. And I greatly appreciate how you could get it right off bat, because you know there are some artists that they music say that they've been through some things, but they ain't really been through nothing. You know what I mean? And a lot of these artists, they're not motivating the people there, especially these kids. You know what I mean? So we have to take a stand and say, yo, this is my
And
responsibility. I
modeling.
chose.
What you're doing is you modeling. You're modeling because people ain't gonna listen to you. People don't listen. People watch. I mean, that's what I do. I mean, I
Yes,
hear you.
ma'am.
I hear you like background noise. I really don't listen to you unless you have my attention. But in general, I'm watching everything though. So you just live that life. You walk it out, and people, you'll begin to, like I said, influence others. Even though when hurt people, when come around hurt people, you begin to be able to, like again, leave a little seed of healing. So,
Yes, man. You sound like my auntie Margot, man.
go
Exactly
Auntie
like her.
Margo, what's up, girl?
Shout out to my auntie Margot, man, cause she real
Hey,
like that, and she see through the BS, and she see through the real in people. She'll sit back and observe, and it's only, like they say, you only got two ears and one mouth. That means you're supposed to listen more than you talk. You know what
well,
I mean? So,
let me
What you
ask
say,
you, just not
Fred?
to cut you off, not to cut you off, Barnes. Like so,
are you
with
good?
everything, with everything that you did as far as progressing and involving, did you find out? Did you did people stop trusting you, or did you have issues trusting other people along your journey? Like, how was that? Like, could you walk us through that? What was that process like? As far as
Um,
seeing you changing and manifesting into who you are now.
it was more of both, because on my end, it was more that I had trouble trusting people because, I'm like, my own brother almost killed me. And not only that, within the scene, I was bumping heads with comrades that I helped build this hip hop scene with down here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And there was just a lot going on. And then I got done wrong in the label situation and the contract. So it was like everything was just like falling in line of, hey, I can't mess with that. You know what I mean? And so it was hard for me to trust people to be righteous and to be fair. But then on the other end, on the outside of, my perspective, on the other end, people couldn't trust me to just play a role and, not speak on stuff and be too real about things. They couldn't trust me not to blow up on things and not blow up on people or call something out, because I'm one of those type of people. Like, I don't hold my tongue. If I feel like, I need something, I need to speak on something, I'm gonna do it. And if anybody wanted to do something about it, they can either just shut up or do it. You know what I mean? And that was just how I was raised, man. I'm from the poorest city in America, Tallulah, Louisiana. And that's why, like growing up around grown-ups and seeing certain things happen, I expect, that was one thing that was my problem too, expectations. Expectations gonna always lead to failure. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna, they're gonna fail you. So I failed a lot of people by, not controlling my anger, not controlling myself, and always just being, gun ho on like, justice, righteousness, fairness, realness, as they say. You know what I mean?
Healing, that healing.
Healing, yeah, yes, ma'am. I'm healing, and it don't stop.
No, it
It
don't.
don't
It's a
stop.
journey. It's not a destination. You don't arrive there. It's definitely a journey. It's something that make you gotta consciously make the choice every day you get up. You gotta make the choice to get back on that road. And
Yes,
the day
ma'am.
that you don't get up and make that choice is the day that you're gonna be stagnant that day. You know what I'm saying? That day you're gonna give into that little bit of that back again, but it's a process. It's okay. Just
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
okay. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. And I
I heard
see the fruits
um,
of it.
I heard you speak about where you're from. You said Tallulah, um, saw the water and stuff with them. I was looking on, just looking like catching up and seeing like how the water situation is going out there. So and just looking at like people complaining about the smell, just the stuff that people are complaining about. That I mean, it just we all know what it is the BS, but it just never. I guess every time though, like that,
Yes, ma'am.
I I don't ever want the BS to be like, oh, that's just nah, like it's not what's up. Tell us more
Yes,
about that.
ma'am.
You've been working on.
Um, well, Tallulah, Louisiana is like it's a real historic place. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? The battle, it was a part of the battle of Vicksburg. It was a slave parish. You know what I mean? Madison Parish, and but Tallulah, Louisiana was the birthplace of the first American mall. You know what I'm saying? And they had a lot of factory work, and men depended on working with their hands. And I'll say, the decline of the city started going down when I-20 was built, and the economy went down. People started losing jobs, and then people just stopped caring about this place. The water plant has been deteriorating since 1991. You know what I mean? I didn't move here until 2002. So imagine me
Mhm.
as a kid having to go through the beginning stages, and then what the kids now these days have to go through with it. Man, they've emptied. Sometimes the city went without water, and then when they had water, it's unusable, it's
Mhm.
unconsumable, and it's unfeasible. And they just raised the water rates on everyone. You know what I mean? These people have to pay this stuff. Their water bills is as much as my light bill up here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's crazy. And it's been times since I'll say about 6, 7 years ago, there have been times where they've actually emptied out the whole water tanks at the water plant and scraped lime from it.
Uh,
You know what I mean? Lime, like lime and buildup,
uh,
and it's just like so bad. And they thinking that doing that type of stuff is actually going to fix it, patching up the pipes,
yeah,
patching
just
up
pass
holes.
just pacifying it, just putting a patch on it. It's like, and even if you do that, that's meant to be temporary. You got to come back and fix it, but they don't do the Lure. They do the temporary, temporary, temporary.
Yes, ma'am. And
It's
it's so
a
crazy because they just like the city just received like millions of dollars years ago. And they're supposed to use this money to stop, the water problem. They wanted to rebuild the water plant.
Wait, hold up,
But
hold up. Red, what you
Wait,
have a question?
somebody asked a question in the chat. If you don't mind answering real quick, Burns.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, my brother Chico wants to know who's the mayor down there, as far as who's
Um,
probably handling all that, the crisis down there.
I think his name is Hayden, Mayor Hayden. And I
Oh,
think it's the guy that used to be my junior high principal, if
Shut
I'm
up.
not mistaken.
Hmm.
okay.
But before him, they had Mayor Paxton Branch, Paxton
Oh,
Branch, but he died. And when he was in office when the money came in to get the water plant fixed. and then he ended up dying. But and now they're saying that it's going to cost 10 million to build a whole new water plant. This was supposed to have been happening in 2018 when this water plant was supposed to have been built, and the poverty level is so high. 60% of the town's youth live in poverty. You know what I mean? It's about, I'll say, between 5 to 7,000 people down there, and 60% is, black,
Yeah.
and 60% of that is kids. And these kids gotta constantly drink bottled water. And even if you get a filter, you filter that water, it's still not safe to drink.
It's still not safe. Can you even bathe in that? You can't even
No,
bathe
ma'am.
in it.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You can't brush your teeth with it.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just not conducive for living, period. It's like period.
No, ma'am. So now I'm working on sending a synopsis into Vice to get a documentary done.
That's what's
And
up.
I'm also about to re-release my first full-length album that I had released in 2015. It was the number 6 album out of all genres that released in 2015. I'm gonna re-release it, and we're gonna own the publishing, the copyrights to it, and I'm gonna use half of that to go towards the water system to try to get a water plant built
That's
and
what's
keep,
up.
and try to bring aid to these people, man. Like, it's a state of emergency right now.
So I know you're also working on the fires, the little fires in Africa here in Oklahoma. So how do you I see your passion. One, that's your passion for the people is amazing. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up.
Thank you.
But definitely. So tell us more about that. And then like, are there any connections that you can make? Like, does that bring light to what's going on in your hometown? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you connecting the?
Yes, ma'am. Well, this the F.I.L.A Project is a project that's commemorated towards the Black Wall Street, the Black Wall Street race massacre. It's the 100th year this year,
Yeah.
and so we got a bunch of artists together, man, for 5 days. We had took over the Greenwood Culture Center, and we
Mhm.
took over the Brady Mansion, which was, the sessions was crazy. We had 5 studios going at once. And one of my tracks that I did had made it on the project. So once this project come out, from the talk and the anticipation of it, I think
Mhm.
I can really use this wave, use this
Yeah.
notoriety off of it to bring awareness to where I'm from. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I'm not a Tulsa native, but I am a Tulsa resident now. Like, this is my home. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's the only place I've ever lived for so long, other than
Mhm.
my hometown. And the project is really gonna it got a lot of it got Rolling Stone attention, it got
Yep.
Grammy attention, it got
Yep. I saw
Billboard
that. I was
attention.
reading an article the other day about the Grammy attention. I have quite a few people quite a few community leaders that I know that I respect, like that I know personally. Like the people that's on the project is just some dope ass people. Period. Like they just really dope souls, and like I just feel like the knowing the people that are on the project, I know that those spirits and all that is touching it. Like I know that this thing is gonna be what it's everything y'all anticipating is gonna be. I'm very proud, and I'm like you. I'm from Chicago, but I've been here for 20 years.
Oh,
So,
yeah, yeah.
but I definitely like it. I rock with Tulsa. You know what I'm saying? Like how I rock with them, and so I'm definitely excited and feel proud about the project. Because again, I know the people, and just meeting you now too. I'm like, okay, like it's all the connections, all the power that's in that is going to be amazing. I think it's a beautiful project.
Hold
Oh,
on,
yeah, I
man.
think
Hold
it's
And
on.
gonna
it's,
Wait,
bring.
wait.
I
Hold on.
think it's a
Sorry.
good representation. I think it's a good representation of healing, like we were talking about. Like it's time for Tulsa to start healing from that CS. It's time to
Yes,
start,
ma'am.
and you guys are starting that step of healing in this,
Listen.
bringing
Yes, ma'am.
accountability, like bringing light to it. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna sing about it. Let's heal from this so we can now move on, because it's time to move on. It's time for Tulsa to move on. They got it. They got it. I'm
Yeah.
not from here, but it's here. It's time for them to heal. It's time.
Yes, ma'am. And it's time for the industry to recognize that this beautiful hip hop scene we created down here exists. And it's one of the longest running scenes that we've had down here because I've been a part of two different type of rap scenes, hip hop scenes here.
I
You
was
know,
about to
it's
ask you a
different
question about
generations.
that. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
about,
What's that?
Question.
now you already about to answer, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyway. Like, what was different back when you were doing the label T Day, the hip hop scene? How did that? The difference.
Uh, I'll say the major difference. Didn't if you know we're in a position to where we can actually do that stuff ourselves and make our own label and stuff. You know what I mean?
Got it?
And we really, and the difference between really hurt. You know what I mean? It's
You
easy
want
to
me
blow up.
to disconnect
You can get
it?
a song on SoundCloud, boom, boom, get a video on it, boom. You know what I'm saying? Get on World Star, boom. But back then, we actually had to put in that work. We had to, man. We didn't.
We had to sell CDs last
Yeah,
state.
we had to go
We
out
had
of
to take
state.
custom CDs to the state.
Man, we
I
had to
still,
go.
Hey,
I still
I
have
used
some
to
of that
buy
stuff.
them. I'd be like, give me that CD for $5. I'll take it. Come on, give it here.
Bro, man, and we always had some hotness too. And that was one of the things too, man. Back in the day, if you was hard, you was dope. And I drew that album cover. I drew that.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
drew that, man. That's wow. You still got that?
Yeah. Hey, hold for a second. Q, man, the sound is on your end is kind of in and out, distorted. Q.
I just fixed it. We good, baby. I'm sorry. I apologize. You know, I'm on First of all, let me
I'm good
interfere.
with you.
Hold on, let me interfere and say I'm on location, man. We appreciate you, Burns, coming through, man. More
Man,
love. You know, hey, wait till that album drop though. That's all I'm gonna say.
man.
That's all I'm gonna
And
say.
it's gonna you know what's crazy though? This year is gonna be 8 projects that drop this year, month after month after month. We're about to kill some stuff, man.
Hey, Miss
And
Soto.
oh yeah, yeah. And it's so much stuff, man. And that was one thing too, bro, that was back then that I loved is that even though we put out one project and it was like spaced out, you know what I mean, a lot, it was spaced out for a long period of time, is because we had to come out with our hardest and we really had to, put it together because the internet, there was certain things that's available on the internet now that we didn't have back then. So it was like once we put something out, we hit the road and we get it out there to the people. You know what I mean? And the camaraderie too. Camaraderie
Yeah,
back then was, man, if you was dope and you was doper than some motherfucker, they'll act like they was cool with you, but they really weren't cool with you.
I remember those times.
Yeah, man. And I mean and kind of it's kind of like that now, but with our scene now, we kind of shut that out. You know what I mean? Like we don't man, for the past what we've been doing shows downtown since 2009, 2010. And for over 10 years, we've never had one fight at a hip hop show. Never had one gunshot at a hip hop show. Never had one, like none of that.
You think that got something to do though with the healing process too? Like the energy you draw near when you're
Oh,
on that path, right? So
yes, ma'am. But you know what though? It was really because we knew we was downtown. Them white folk wasn't gonna play that. I mean, straight up. Because we was like, man, hip hop wasn't downtown. You know
no.
what I mean? Hip hop wasn't downtown. They wasn't allowing no rappers because they was afraid. Because one of the last shows that happened at a club downtown, my homie Grammy got killed at. Well, it was and Rashida and somebody else concert at Club Hive. You know what I'm saying? Then we end up in a big old brawl, and you know what I'm saying. The homie Grammy end up getting murdered. And man, my head was split open. You know what I mean? Like, but when we was doing the scene downtown, the scene that we have now, I was still a wild nigga then. Like, I was wild, but I'm hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It was like I was wild if you took me there. I wasn't just no crash dummy. You know what I'm saying? What they call it down. Like I wouldn't no crash dummy or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Like I know how a proper hip hop show is supposed to go with peace, because that's what hip hop is about. Hip hop is not about violence.
It's not.
Right.
Hip hop was created to stop the violence. You know what I'm saying?
It's
And
about voice. It's about
yes, ma'am. It's
voice.
that knowledge, man, and sharing it and still learning. You know what I mean? And there have been times where it could have been some stuff, but we gonna keep that from down here because we got something bigger than some selfish trying to get money. We didn't get money. We didn't get money for a minute. You know what I'm saying? We turned down. Sometimes we turned down money. Like, no, the bar kept that. Then the bar started paying us because of responsibility. You know, we all started having kids. You know what I mean? So that's man, it's so beautiful down here, and I know that this F.I.L.A project is really going to put us on a whole nother pedestal, a whole nother.
I definitely believe that. I feel proud to be a part living in Tulsa in Oklahoma at this time with that project coming out. I'm like, oh yeah, I was there here. Like I feel. So let me just ask some questions because I know y'all got the Super Bowl stuff. What's going on with the Super Bowl, Carl? Because I want to know what's happening with those men, them thick dudes with them silky pants running down the field. Boy, I love me some football. So what's going on over there?
Well, I'm gonna give y'all an update score real quick.
Quinn probably got do you got the score, Quinn? What the score is? Are they playing right now?
I got the score. I do.
Why don't you just turn your mic off? Just turn. We was having an interview.
I don't even know what the score is. My bad.
Is it on the halftime?
It's halftime. The weekend.
Man, I want a t-shirt. I'm not playing.
It's the weekend on halftime. I'm out.
Oh, okay.
It's 21-6. Tampa Bay is up 21-6 right now.
Tampa Bay is in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Tom Brady.
Tom Brady still play football?
Yeah, he's about 55 years old, man.
That man quit.
But, he's still giving them the blues out there though.
I see. Shoot, what he about to have? What? Man, that man got a lot of rings.
If he wins this Super Bowl, it'll be number 7. It'll be number 7.
Hey, get paid, young brother, get paid. Old brother, that ain't old.
But he's trying to play until he's 45. He's 43 right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so you say the Chiefs? Didn't the Chiefs win it too? Did they win it like recently?
They won it last year.
Last year? Oh man.
Yeah. So before we talk about any more sports, man, we're gonna put you in a hot seat real quick. Who are your top 5 New Orleans artists?
Oh man, that's a good one. I would say J Electronica.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. I keep forgetting from there. Okay, yeah.
Juvenile.
I know him. Okay. I know Juvie.
Yeah, right. Juvie. Currency. Mystical and Magic.
I know them too.
Magic. No Limit. Magic.
No Limit.
Yeah, Mystical and Magic, man. Shoot, I should have thought of them first, because them OGs right there, man. I've been. You said what?
I'm surprised he didn't throw Fiend in there. I used to rock Fiend a lot.
No, Fiend is one of my favorites too. Fiend is, because Fiend be killing. Yeah, Fiend nice with it. Shit, DJ Jubilee and Cheeky Black.
Okay.
Man, shit, Yellow Boy.
Oh, that was that disc record, Cash Money disc record song that came out.
Yeah.
I used to play on campus a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, do it one song. Yeah, that was that's one of my favorite ones. Shit, Ghetto Twins. Oh man, that's one of the best.
Okay, so I was right because when I was talking to you before we did the show, I'm like, I knew I was going to ask you this question, but I'm like, man, I thought Ghetto Twins was either from New Orleans or Houston, but I couldn't remember.
No, they're from New Orleans.
Okay.
Yeah, they're from New Orleans.
Wow.
Yeah, man, that's my top man. Yeah, but I know Jay Leck is up there though. I know that's my number one.
Uh,
Shit. I mean me. Shit.
I
Yeah,
met
yeah.
your
Oh, well, I mean, now you said New Orleans. I ain't from New Orleans. My bad. My bad. Bezel. Oh man, I can't forget my guy Bezel. Man, Bezel
Shout out to Bell.
365. My man
Shout out to
Lucius Porter. That boy there is
Yeah.
a
Cynthia,
rap
you see
god,
that?
man.
He'll freestyle you under the rug.
That boy,
He'll battle you through all that.
that's one person I know that can freestyle all day with me.
Oh,
He can
for
freestyle
real.
all day.
I
Yeah.
have to. I would love to see that battle. I love a good free. Some ragging going on, playing the dozens in there. Can you do that
Oh,
in there?
oh yeah. I did some battles before, man. I did some battles in
Play
OKC
the
for my.
dozens.
Yeah, yeah. Like man,
I
you know
said
how
the
they do
dozens
it
for the
nowadays with the acapella battles and stuff. I've done
yeah,
some of those. I've
that's
done
what's up.
some. Yeah, I've won some. I've lost some. Um, my homeboy got a league at OKC called School of Thought, and
Mm.
they just started back
Ooh, I
going.
like that name.
They just released a video. They just released a battle with A Ward, man, who was a top battler in the battle scene, like internationally.
Mm.
And A Ward just battled on School of Thought. My home shout out to Ronnie Harris, man, at OKC, Puzzle People, and J Poe. You know what I'm saying? Just plain old E, General J Poe. He's the host of School of Thought, and we had a nice little battle scene here too. A couple of battle leagues, but they just they don't last that long here. I was thinking about starting one, man, but it's hard to just really get some reliable people to follow through. Because me, I mean, at the stature that I'm at now, and that I'm at now, and the things that I've been doing, I mean, I'll do a battle. It's just like I really wouldn't care about it. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I'll go in there, yeah, I'll go in there. Kids like I don't really have to do this because I've already done this before.
Yeah.
I mean, this is one of the things I had to do to get my name known around Tulsa.
Speaking of your name known around Tulsa, so can you tell me a little bit more about this? I mean, maybe I read it wrong. I don't know, but do you have a chocolate bar ME chocolate bar? Tell me about this chocolate bar. What makes this
It's
chocolate bar so special?
How did you?
how you do it? How you do it? Just stop y'all
uh,
forward. That
Miss
was
Soto?
man,
Why you so nasty? You so
man,
nasty, Miss Soto.
Chemistry Solutions, man.
Yeah,
Shout out
hold
to
on.
them.
Hold on. Quinn, turn
They,
your mic off so we can have a real good
I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sorry.
I want to hear this answer. I can't hear with all that background noise. Turn your mic off. There you go.
I
Okay.
wish I had. I wish I had another chocolate bar, but you know what's fucked up? I can't really eat chocolate because I got ulcers. So yeah. So but they're medicated. So I had to do this event called Medical Mondays at this black owned bar in Midtown, and they do this thing where you got to have a weed card to come in, and I had to perform there. And one of the silver sponsors, the gold sponsors was my homies at Euphoria. Shout out to Tim and Eric, and then one of my silver sponsors was Chemistry Solutions, and they popped up with a 500 milligram full spectrum THC bar, and it was strong. I took one to fight camp. I had fight camp in Louisiana the weekend of Thanksgiving, and I took a chocolate bar to my fight coach. And he was like, man, I ate like 4 of them squares, man. I shouldn't have did that. I'm like, bruh, no, you don't do that. No, you cannot do that. That's But yeah, that's the full spectrum bar, man. Yeah, I'm gonna try to holler at them about some sponsors, man, because they basically became my sponsor. So whenever I need something, man, they told me to holler at them. I need to hit them up, man, and let them know what all going down with me. So
I'm glad. Good. I'm glad that write that down so you don't
yeah,
forget.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I won't, cause I'll be hitting them up right after this. I'll be hitting them up. But yeah, Chemistry Solutions set that up, man. It was the dark chocolate mint bar, and it was they call it the ME bar.
I saw
Full
that.
spectrum. Yeah, it's real nice. Okay,
But okay, Mr. He got his own little candy.
Say, can you speak to us about the other genres of music that you have done or experimented with, like the rock and the blues freak?
Oh man. Oh
Can you
yeah,
elaborate
yeah,
a little bit?
yeah. Man, I've written for other artists. I've ghostwritten for other artists, but I don't just do hip hop. I've also been involved with the live band scenes in Tulsa. I've toured. I've hit the road. Um, I've been on projects and albums. I was with this. It started out when I was with this band called Surreal Soul with my big sister Misha Fox. She used to sing with Charlie Red and Full Flavor King back in the day.
I love Full Flavor Kings.
Yeah, and
They
I've
were jamming.
done many shows with them, man. Like I know them cats. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
cool.
Yeah, I know them. But then after I was with Surreal Soul, we was just like a little cover band. We did like neo soul jams, hip hop jams, old school stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Black Star. You know what I'm saying? We did some original songs, and she put me hip on this rock band. It's all black rock band called Freak Juice. And man,
I know. I used to go to listen. I used to go to Los Cabos and listen to Freak Juice. They used to perform at Los Cabos
yeah,
sometimes. Yeah,
I used to be the front man for Freak Juice.
yeah. They got the Juice Makers Lounge now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've done many shows there. I've done shows with Freak Juice there. Oh, Toy Ruffin and Stan Ferry, Charlie Red, and Chris Simpson. And man, I've also done shit. I had a cover band called Toxicity, and we covered like System of a Down songs and stuff like that.
What a name! Woo.
Yeah, and we covered System of a Down song, and we did one show, and that was 2018. Man, it was crazy. I did that show with sight in only one eye, and I was on crutches, and I wanted to mosh pit and dive and all that shit, but I couldn't. I was pretty messed up. But Blabbermouth, man, this big blog website, Blabbermouth, was there, and they were loving the show, and they was like, this guy, Mr. Burns, he's MC in Tulsa, you know, and he was with the band Freak Juice. This man sound exactly like the real band. Like, and I'm thinking, I'm not knowing what Blabbermouth was at the time when I heard about it. And then my homeboy Mitch Mitch Gilliam put me up on Blabbermouth. He hit me the game. And I'm like, yo, this is big. Like, we should keep doing this. We did a Slipknot, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we did like a new metal cover show, man. We did a Slipknot cover band, which was super dope. My homie Mike D, who is another MC here in Tulsa, part of the group All House.
So is there a live album in the works?
Yes, actually.
Somebody in the chat wants to know. Phony Mascot wants to know.
Oh yes, man, I got some shit right now popping with Knipple, with Jordan Hale and Nick Foster, the jazz band I was telling you about that I performed with.
Right.
Yeah, man, the other night I did like 15 songs. Man, I was there till like 7 a.m. We got some stuff. Yeah, we got some stuff. We already got some stuff that's actually out there, but I don't know where it's at because we had took it down, and I guess some people had saved it and put it up somewhere, and we still can't find this website where these songs are at. But something happened. But we've actually got, man, me and Knipple got a lot of songs. We got a lot of songs together. I'm on Freak Juice's new album.
Oh, okay, that's dope.
Yeah. I'm on Freak Juice's new album, but as far as a live band album, like a live recorded album, yes, that is in the works. I can't really.
It's like
I can't. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mum's the word. Mum's the word.
Man, you right, Red. I can't really talk about it.
Right, that's all y'all get in the chat line. All right, we can't give out no more surprise.
Can I ask a question, Red? Is that okay?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
No.
You're my favorite girl.
Oh no, I can't hear you.
right there. I can hear you because you rude. So with that being said, with that being said, um, so everything that's true, during this pandemic, right? It has really brought upon a lot of change in people. I think pushing people into spaces emotionally, mentally, physically, just changes in jobs, keeping a lot of changes necessarily.
I'm sorry to
We
cut
all
you off.
know
We love you,
that,
Red.
it was like pushing. So my question to you is that as people talk about like getting back to the new normal and some, and those type of things, what is something that through this pandemic that you moving forward, that you hope doesn't change? Something that came from this pandemic that you just hope as we move forward that never, that it just doesn't change and it continues to stay the same that has manifest from the pandemic.
You coming with those sway in the morning questions.
Man, I know. I loved it.
I know. She
I hope that the grind don't change because because like now people can sit on their ass. You know what I'm saying? A lot, and I know a lot of people that got a lot of money. You know what I mean? And they've been dishing out some bread, and people really need to just since we sitting on our ass, really need to sit down and think and utilize this money to bring in more money and bring in generational wealth. You know what I mean? I hope the grind don't stop.
Yes.
Man, also I hope the practice of clean health don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Because I know
I was wondering, like that is one of my. I hope people continue to wash their dang on hands, please.
Yeah.
Wash your hands.
But man, but see, some people ain't gonna do it right now.
To do that. Why is that just not important?
Yeah, and some people, and I'ma still be wearing my mask in different places. I'm not trusting nothing. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be like, yeah, I got the vaccine.
Hey, listen, I'm sorry. I don't have my mask on out here. I apologize. I don't have my mask on. I'm sorry.
Hey, you do. You need your mask, sir.
But look, I'm about to go eat some fruits and vegetables once I leave here, so I'm gonna be all right. One love.
Hey, yeah, get you that elderberry, man.
I'll be on that elderberry. I'll be on that elderberry and sea moss.
Yeah, I need that. I'm glad you said that. Baby, we need to get some more sea moss.
Yes, sir. For real. Get on that sea moss is what's up. And I had one of my homies in Chicago turn me on to that, like started talking about it and kind of turned me on to it. He works in kind of like medical life field or whatever. Started turning me on to it and I started doing more research. I'm like, now I'm on a regimen of every morning some tea with some elderberry
but
and
you
some
know what? It's not just that though, too, man. You gotta really take care of your body too. You know what I'm saying? Cause like, man, you gotta exercise, you gotta train your body and train your mind too. And not really just poison your body and your mind too much. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna stray off a little bit, but you can't just like indulge in something that's really gonna cause you to, die.
I think that has something to do like when you were talking about how you hope the grind don't change. You know what I'm saying? I think what you're speaking to now about what your body is like, that's discipline. And the grind and discipline coincide. That's the cohesiveness, right? It's like,
yes, ma'am.
And so from that grind, you have to be disciplined. And when you discipline, you begin to discipline your thoughts, your body, what you put into your body. And I think for me personally, for this pandemic, I hope the awareness. I think it's one thing to be woke.
Yeah.
Right? Think about being woke. You think about
aware.
when I think about woke, you just wake up, you woke. I mean, you still discombobulated, right?
But you're not aware.
But
yeah.
now we're aware, and I feel like we was woke. We was getting woke. People was getting woke. Then that was the slang. Everybody like somebody woke. Yeah, but we still discombobulated. I think now we're becoming aware, and I hope that our awareness doesn't stop because our awareness comes through our discipline, through our grind, and I think it brings this space of awareness. I mean, that's a whole different space to be because when you're aware and present in the present, it's a powerful thing. What about you, Red? What you hope don't change? Answer some questions. Have me doing all the time.
I get to this who you got segment, but the way we going,
go ahead.
Like 10 o'clock tomorrow.
I like to talk.
I already know. We'll come back to that though. We'll come back to that. So all right, we're gonna put you in a hot seat again. It's called Who You Got segment. And so I'm gonna make it easy for you, maybe I won't. So
I'm with
cash money or no limit? Who you got?
No limit.
Tell us why.
I told you.
Man, look, I'm gonna tell you one thing though, because the
Hey,
reason
who was it?
why I say
Hold on. Who was it? No
no
limit and
limit
who?
of cash money, cash money,
Who thought of
no
that?
limit.
Who came up with that?
He's from Louisiana, man. I could have said a whole bunch of
You could
stuff.
have said.
You
You
Hey,
should
got
have
one?
said. You should have said BG or Lil Wayne.
Sis,
man,
turn
BG.
your mic off, sis.
I'm back on mute, man. We're gonna go to the no limit cash.
He's like, you
I
gotta
want my
break it
shirt.
down. I would say no limit though, and the reason why is because no limit was connected like across the board, across the nation. You know what I mean? They knew cats in Texas. They knew cats in Cali. You know what I'm saying? Uh, shit, they fuck with cats in New York. Like they was, you know what I mean? They was going across the board. Now, I wouldn't say Cash Money because there's only a couple of them I know that was actually moving like, moving and shaking like that. And that was probably, the only one is pretty much Juvenile because Juvenile, he was out before Cash Money was even established. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I would go with No Limit, man. That nigga was putting out albums every goddamn month, 2 albums a month, different artists every time. So, you know what I'm saying? He'll be dropping, his brothers be dropping. Yeah, man.
And he taught us how to be independent. You know what I'm saying? Like the entrepreneurship
Uh-huh.
at the time, the business moves that he was making. So yeah, I give you that all day. You know what I'm saying on that one.
Cause
Like
what
I
no,
went easy on you on that one.
yeah, cause what nobody really checking out New Orleans rap like that.
Right. We was down here though. We
Yeah,
was down.
I know, yeah, because I know 918, they, you know what I'm saying? All them niggas was connected. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? They was connected with Houston and Dallas. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. And man, that nigga, that man, shout out to Master P, man. What up, P? I know you don't know. I know you don't know me, but you gonna know me real soon, dog. For real. Straight up.
And go ahead, manifest that, MD.
You didn't even know
Yes,
it, P.
ma'am. Man.
You
What?
didn't even
What you
know
said?
it.
You ain't even
Hey,
know
You
it.
didn't even know it.
Quinn,
You
tell
didn't
them what
even
you
know
got
it.
in your backpack.
Hey, let that ping pong time going. All right.
let me see. Hold on. I think that's my daughter. What up, baby?
So Cynthia, you asked me a question, Cynthia.
I was just saying, what's your greatest takeaway? What do you think from this pandemic? Like for you, what is the thing that you don't want to change, even in the midst of all this change that you necessarily didn't ask for moving
Uh,
forward?
the things that
Uh,
I have learned and self-teaching myself, I want to keep that patience and that concentration going. I don't want to get too lax after everything opens back up and fall into bad habits. And so
Ooh,
it's just yeah. So that's for me right now. You
mhm.
know,
Sounds like awareness. That's the
yeah,
word of the year. Aware. No, I'm saying. I like that.
you know, keep on going. You know, everybody's doing different things that they probably been putting out for a while. Like this has kind of been bittersweet for everybody. So I would say keep the momentum going. You know, keep pushing forward, and you know, if you learn something new along the way, keep on doing that. Explore that. Push the boundaries on that.
yes,
Hey, I
sir.
went. Hey, let me say this. Me, I have to tell y'all, this is a real thing. So I'll be drinking my little tea, and it's my little peaceful tea, and it has my little peaceful sayings for me. So just thinking about earlier when we started with your name and stuff, and talk about your story. This says, without darkness, you would never know the light. And I think as I kept reading, I just think that just aligned to what you were saying earlier. You know, just your name and just even just tying that all in together, and just even this whole things you have your hands on, all the things you see for coming, in the space of presence and peace that you're in. You know what I'm saying? Like, but without that darkness, you wouldn't have been able to understand what the light even was. So to walk
Yes,
in
ma'am.
gratitude, you know what I'm saying? Our journeys, you know. So that's what's
Yes,
up.
ma'am. Yeah,
It was really
it's
nice
all
meeting
about.
you.
It's
Really
all
nice
about.
meeting
Yes, ma'am. Of course. Thank you. It's all about balance. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that evil is necessary. You know
you.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Thank you,
That that
boy.
that evil is necessary, man.
The
Mm-hmm.
It,
evil
it's
is good.
it's not. Yeah, it's not. It's not good, is it? But it's not supposed to be good
Nah,
because it's
Mm-hmm.
darkness,
I'm gonna
it's
get to that
negativity.
vampire
It's not. You know what I'm? Yeah, man. It's I've been really just like studying that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like the the only ones that could really make me super mad is people that are super close to me. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody really could make me mad, like my kids, my
Mm-hmm.
wife. You know what I'm saying? My bros. You know what I mean? Like if I don't care about their life, they can't make me mad unless they really actually do something like, okay, now I got to get on your ass. You know what I mean? But man, I am a cool person. I love life. Um, and just the elevation, man, and ascension, I just got to keep going. Because like I
Right.
say, just before the year is over, man, they gonna know a lot. They gonna know. They gonna see who I am. They gonna see what I can bring.
Everything we make raw. I'll make
Man,
sure
make
we make
sure
sure
everything
we.
we make.
Hey man, I'm gonna hit you with this. Can you give us some helpful tips on what are some strategies to stay relevant as an independent artist? Like what has worked for you, and could you share that with other artists that's trying to get to that level that you are? Can you give us some gems on that?
Yes, sir. Um, man, the main thing is be original, learn the history. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Um, be willing to take criticism and take, you know what I mean, like be accountable for what you need to fix it yourself. Um, one that's a mention that I didn't mention that should have been first is don't rap over your vocals at your shows.
Okay.
Real MCs don't rap over vocals. Shout out to my man Marcel P. Black from Baton Rouge. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? He's a known heavy hitter in the underground, man. But real MCs don't rap over vocals. Don't do that. But most of all, I mean, to stay relevant, just it's about learning. That's part of being an MC. It's part of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you learn, and you
Mm.
gotta constantly learn and practice. You know what I mean? Practice the art. And just if you being original, you ain't gotta worry about nothing. If you copy, if you trying to emulate something at the slightest bit, and you're not being original, you know what I mean? You're gonna fade out. You just gotta and keep going. Just and motherfuckers think like, oh, I'm too old for hip hop, man. I'm too old to rap. I quit, man. You know, ain't nothing man. Look, I'm not just no MC, man. I'm an artist. I'm a musician. I do jazz. Shit, I've done fucking bluegrass shows. I've done all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Just don't stop there. You
Right.
just expand, man. Be willing to expand. But most of
I'm gonna have
all,
to check out
stay
that
original.
show.
Most of all, stay original. Like I'm from Louisiana, right? One of the poorest cities in there, Tallulah, Louisiana. I don't rap like, man, you hear my voice on the track, you ain't gonna think I'm from Louisiana. Like I speak proper English too. I had a couple of these seltzers. That's why I'm kind of like my accent coming out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, man. So, but I know the art. I know me. I know who M.E. is. I know who Burns is. I know who L.A. Gante is. And each one of these names is different personas. It's different energies. It might be
Mm.
good. It might be bad. You might like it. You might not. But at the same time, this is how I look at it. I don't make my music for nobody to like it. I don't make my music for anyone's enjoyment. I make it for me. If you like it, I'm grateful. Thank you. But I don't expect anybody to like it or dislike it. It
Mm.
doesn't matter. If they gonna
Just
like it, they gonna like it. A lot of them not gonna like it. That's on them. That's not my responsibility.
You know what they say. You know what they say. You ain't for everybody, and it's okay. Like I ain't for everybody. I get that. Like I ain't for everybody, and it's okay. It's okay. People
Man,
have a
like
hard time with not being for everybody. It's okay not to be for everybody.
yes, ma'am. Yeah, the kids love it though. You know what I'm
That's
saying? I don't
good.
even like to play my music in front. My
Okay.
kids love my music, man. Like Wu Tang is for the babies. I'm for the
yeah.
fetus. You can bump my shit for while they developing. That's who my music for.
And you know, they speaking my language now, ain't Craig? I just started talking about the kids. We have a whole nother show.
Yeah, because I work with kids.
Oh,
I be working with kids sometimes. Um, I'm about to get real deep into it with shout out to my homeboy Big City, man, my big bro. The May Foundation, the Music About Everything. I want to give them a plug because if you have kids or if you know kids,
music about everything.
Yeah, Music About Everything. It's the May Foundation, May Foundation Tulsa. And if you know kids or have kids that want to learn how to make music and record music, we provide that for free.
Oh, that's what's up.
For the kids. You know what I'm saying? Now, if the parents if the parents wanna record some stuff, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna have to do regular, But this is for the community. But we also make music to teach kids about different things in life, credit, the ABCs, crossing the street.
Hey, we're gonna have to link up. Like I definitely you definitely speaking my language. I work with kids. That's like what I do. I consider myself a protector of children, an advocate of children. I am their voice why they don't have one, and I'm teaching them how to. I'm teaching them how to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so definitely link up because I think that's a dope. Yeah, that little project you just talking about with the music, like it's so many kids that would be so interested and can take advantage of that. So that's what's up. Thank you for that resource for the community.
You can Google Young Boodle. That's Big City's son, man, and he make beats. He been making beats since he was 7. And he do music and he make beats and he's a part of the foundation too. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of kids, man. City be working with a lot of kids. You know what I mean? And man, I got some projects he got to put me on soon. It's like a couple of songs I have to write and record. I haven't got the subjects yet, but as soon as I get those subjects, it's going to be for the kids. And these kids, we just give these songs to these kids, and they hear it, and they learning stuff from these songs. You know what I mean? We might do something. It might be. It might be.
Working here. We over here working, fam. We over here working, man. No distraction.
So irritated.
We over here working, fam. I would like to leave y'all with a closing quote. Then after that, get your plug in, somebody that can get in contact with you and so forth. So I want to leave y'all with this closing quote here by Socrates.
Man, wait a minute. We just getting started, baby. Where we going? Closing quote. Wait, what do you mean?
Closing quote.
Why? We still here.
I got a paper to write, man.
Man, yeah, I got a lot to do too. I got a lot to do too, man.
I'ma just stay on the live stream by myself.
You ain't by yourself.
We got about 2 more minutes in this thing, man. Trust me. I'm gonna leave y'all with the closing quote. The secret of the change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. I'm gonna say that again. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Socrates. If I mispronounced that. Socrates. I'm sorry, country. That's like country.
No country. That's what it's called.
Socrates.
What did he say? Emmy, what did he say?
I knew I was gonna mess that name up too. I was looking to practice. I said it this way.
You practiced it so much, you was gonna mess it crazy down for days. What did you
Oh.
Hey man, how can we get in contact with you? How can I reach out to you, man? Plug it in, what you got going on?
Man, 318 at on my social media, Instagram, Twitter, at 318ME918. On Facebook, you can just type in at Mr. Burns 318 or the music page, Mr. Burns Music. Beyond All the Enemies. You can just Google me. You can Google Earl Hazzard or Beyond All the Enemies. Shout out to Pure Fact, my producer in Serbia. Um, Tribe Photography. You know what I mean, on Instagram. Tribe X Photos, and that's me and my wife's photography company. And shit, Spotify, SoundCloud, Mr. Burns. You know what I'm saying? SoundCloud.com / Mr. Burns, a.k.a. Earl Hazzard. And you will see some tracks, which very soon I will be taking everything down because some big shit about to happen. So I have to, yeah. I'm just, yeah, man. Also, I'm gonna start a hashtag clean water for Tallulah. Clean water for Tallulah. I'm gonna try to shop this to Vice and get this documentary going. And man, just holler at me. You can holler at me. And follow me on there. I talk back. You know what I'm saying? I got hella music. If people want the music, I got merch too. I ship on all that shit. You can also follow May Foundation Tulsa on all social media. That's music about everything. And Tribe Enterprises, Tribe X Enterprises LLC, coming soon. The label.
If you can't reach me through all those, you can email me. I'm his manager.
Yeah, that's my manager. Y'all want some features and shit? That's who y'all hitting up right there.
Cynthia, you got anything you want to promote? These cupcakes, or you want to plug in? Well, I know what you're doing.
My plug-in is love. So you gotta go.
Wait, hold on.
Hey, oh yeah, I want to plug
Wait.
the makeup. Yeah, the makeup.
Why y'all leaving?
I want to plug. I want to plug my. How you doing, Mama? I want to say, give shout out to my grandma,
Hey,
my
why y'all
kids,
leaving me?
and my wife.
Hey, hold on, man. I got some questions I want to ask. But the show ain't over, is it?
Ask us off, man.
Hey, man, we much love, Burns, man. We appreciate you coming out, Burns. Miss Soto, thank you for filling in for me. You my girl. You know, girl.
I want a shirt. I need a shirt.
I ain't got no shirts out here, but I got you, though. I'm going to get you something.
Hey, is there anyone put Burns information in the chat?
Hey, I'm going to put everything in the chat when we get off here. I got y'all, everybody information.
Shout out.
Oh, wait. Hey, promote.
Shout out Amber, too, man. The assistant.
Hold on.
And Shay and Misha Fox.
Hey, promote your cupcakes, girl.
We already did that, man. We already did that.
You already promoted cupcakes?
Oh my goodness.
Hey, I want some cupcakes.
Hey, we're gonna get them.
Okay, so
One more time.
Follow my cupcake page at Eve's Heart Cupcakes. At Eve's Heart Cupcakes.
Okay.
And you can see, yeah, all the work that I do. You can inbox me if you want to order, Eve's Heart Cupcakes.
Red, I'm gonna send something to your house. Hey, can you send something to Red's house from me? For him and his wife, and his kids. I got you, Red. I got you, Red. You in my heart, bro.
Yeah, that's what I need. I need a new hoodie. Give me a new hoodie.
And I'm gonna send Red Red cupcakes, and I got your hoodie.
I need a pencil.
No, I'm being serious with Soto. Send Red and his wife some cupcakes.
They have cupcakes, okay.
For real.
They have cupcakes, okay.
No, because I want to get some. We're gonna talk though. I'm trying to.
But check out my
Talk offline, man.
We love you, Burns. We love you, Burns.
Man, yeah, love you too, man. Shout out to Fire Little African crew. Shout out to everybody following.
Appreciate y'all for watching. Whenever y'all come out, hey, we got y'all everything on us. Whatever.
Hey, yes, sir. I'm gonna get some shows down there, man.
Hey, they got a stage and everything right over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some shows down there soon. Oh yeah, I'm trying to do that. I'm about to set it up. Yo, love and peace, man. Love
Bye,
y'all,
y'all.
bro.
I don't even know how to log off of this.
Hey, I got y'all. Don't even worry about it. We out of here.
Bye.
All right.
Love.
Peace, just
All right,
cool.
peace, Aaron.